remainder of their games, but Liverpool lost yesterday against Brighton. Away from home, 3 goals to 2. But they have already secured that league title, so it didn't mean much. Okay, but for today is going to be interesting because both Crystal Palace and Manchester City are playing today because they played the FA Cup final on Saturday. So Man City will play Bournemouth at home by 8 p.m. Then Crystal Palace will play Wolves in the other two games that's happening today in the Premier League. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. Today we are going to talk about the Premier League and Premier League top 5 race. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. A drizzly morning to you, football maniacs, and all my sports lovers out there. Thanks for joining the show.
Okay, good morning, Nonso. How are you?
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, sports lovers. It was a wonderful game last night, though with disappointing result. But welcome to the show, guys. We're going to dive into it and talk about the proper.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, yesterday's result: Liverpool lost away from home against Brighton 3 goals to 2. It was an interesting game. If you look at that game generally, Liverpool scored first, obviously, and everybody was thinking, okay, they are going to run away with this win because previous games they have lost against Chelsea, drew some games, lost some games. But Brighton came back to equalize. They made it 2-1 Liverpool, and they scored the final 2 goals to make it 3-2 on the night.
Yeah, it was a game that Brighton fought hard for. You know, they are sitting outside Europe right now, and they are fighting everything they can fight with, you know, to get back into those positions, even if it may just be a Conference League position that they are going to
It's
look
impossible, no need.
but they are fighting.
It's over. It's over. It's over already.
The most important thing is that they are ahead of you know who, and they are fighting to get into Europe. That's the most important thing. But what I don't understand is why Liverpool have just capitulated after winning the trophy. If Liverpool fans are telling us now on social media and other places that they are already on pre-season, you know, when the roles were reversed and the true champions were in position, the true champions won all their remaining games even after tying up the title.
Well,
So this is what happens when you overachieve in life.
This is what
happens when you overachieve.
Who is the true champion?
When you overachieve, the 4 in a row champions are the true champions.
I think you're talking about Manchester City. But Manchester City, when Liverpool was chasing them, just chased them at least 2 games to go or one game
to go. Nobody chased Liverpool to 5
previous season.
It's still the same 2 games to go.
It's only, I think, the only ones in that
4 games to go and 1 all.
Yeah, I think
it's only once they did 3 matches to go.
Nobody actually was chasing them.
3 matches to go because they were talking with about 13 points. So 13 points is about 4 matches to go. Okay, they did to 4 matches to go. The rest was how many? Last day, 1 match to go. Even the one Liverpool chased them to the deadline day. The one they chased Man United to the deadline day. So it's always been 1 match. So Liverpool have done 3 matches to go, before matches to go, and they want to rest. They did 4 or 5 matches to go. Played 1 win, played 1 draw, and 1 loss. This is the second loss. So 2 losses in the last 5 games or in the last 4 games. They've lost 2, drawn 1, and won 1. You get? And for me, a good result. We are on pre-season. I don't even know why I'm using the word "we" now.
In fact, you don't get club where they support.
I've been on the Liverpool side.
You don't get club where they support.
I've been on the Liverpool side because the only team that can stop you from making this, because we're hearing this 5 in a row. We are going to do 5 in a row.
Bro,
5 in a row now,
for
don't
all
calm
the
down.
talk about Liverpool and everything, it's still our trophy to win next season.
It's still
simple, yes.
Next season, Arsenal will collect their own.
You don't want yourself.
Next season, Arsenal will collect their own.
Arsenal
If Arsenal don't get mine to collect their own, Man United go from 13th go collect. If Man United don't get mine, Nottingham Forest go collect. If Nottingham don't get mine, Liverpool go collect again because they are making big moves this summer. Last summer they were making silent moves, and they brought in second goalkeeper that they left on loan and an attacker that they left on the bench in the hospital. And they left in the hospital. This summer they are making big moves. And in this game,
let's not get there.
In this game, they made their moves like, okay, fine, let's just donate points. It's good to be charitable, you know. It's good to be sharing points. You collect all the points, you win the league.
Are you saying that they are not even going to hit the 90 points we spoke about yesterday?
Even if they won these last 2 games, they will not still hit the 90 points. They will finish at 89. If they had won this game and the next one, they would have finished at 89. So 90 point mark is not attainable. So if 86 is available, we take it. You get even
I
if
think
it's
they'll finish with this 83.
no problem. We take it. We've won the league.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That game yesterday, I like how Liverpool set up their team, but next season is going to be interesting because Trent wasn't didn't start that game. He played he changed the whole lot of things. Like Elliott started and he got a goal and assist, playing as the number 10. Salah have not scored in the I think 4 or 5 games
The
now.
last 3 games now.
He has not really scored a goal. That means he's stuck at that 28 goal. So
I
probably
think
might
he
not
made
be.
an assist one of the games.
Yeah, he's not going to win that European Golden Boot. It's going to be Mbappe. Okay, has
Your
1
current
final.
is ahead of Mbappe.
Yes, with 1 point.
Uh-huh.
Mbappe and Salah
Ousmane
is 20.
Dembele.
Salah and Mbappe are on 28 goals. So if they score 1 more goal in the final game of the season, they will
win,
top
of course,
Gyökeres, even though Gyökeres has scored 10 more goals than both of them. But
it is.
yeah, it's what it is.
I think it's the same points thing on League On as well, because there's a season that Jonathan David was supposed to be the highest goal scorer.
It was I think Abramovich at some point then, but I think that then French Ligue 1 wasn't in top 5 league, but I think it was the Portuguese league was there, but Portuguese dropped and French Ligue 1 entered the top 5, so they started counting their own as 2 points. So but let's see what happens in the game. But generally, Liverpool have not really been doing well in the past couple of games, even though that their coach is not really happy. Even after the game, he's saying that probably they are still in the mood of celebration and all. It happens in football sometimes. If nobody chasing you, as
you don't have any motivation again to live life.
This is what adage that says that it's either you are running after
as fast as
what
is chasing you or what you are chasing.
So now they are not, nobody is
Nobody's
chasing them and they're not chasing
anything.
anybody.
They've gotten everything they need.
Yeah, so that's the problem.
That's why I say they've overachieved in life.
They did not overachieve. This is the Liverpool side. They've broken the yoke of equaling the number of Premier League titles with Manchester United. So
they haven't broken it, they are equal.
I said they've equaled the number of Premier League titles.
Because
They've broken the yoke now. They were in 17 now. Now they are equal on, so they have to look forward to next season.
Not Premier League though, league titles. Equal league titles with Manchester United. But they talk about the Premier League title.
They never reach.
They never even go half. They never even go that too.
Now 13 now you get. I mean, sorry. What's that? They even changed the name for 1999 too.
Now 1992. It was 1992.
No, it's not like they changed. It was English. They had one surname.
Premier League was rebranded 1992. What they just removed was Barclay. Barclay was sponsoring it, and so they just removed Barclay. So it was just the English Premier League.
See, I'm just saying, if you count the Man United own, they don't equal the number of titles. 2020.
Yes,
2020.
But if you want to go deeper, they are still coming.
They did too.
And even if you want to go deeper, let's not go deeper.
But for me, I feel like this game has everything. You see the players is trying to give starting bet. The Elliott. Before, who is Elliott to start games for Liverpool? In the 60th minute, you're removing Zoboslai and the rest of them. Who is this people that you're bringing in to start? Conor Bradley is starting in right back now. We're saying, okay, fine. Defensively, it was sound yesterday. But offensively, he didn't do. And if Trent was there, you know that offensively, he could have did while other people do the defensive duties. You get. I'm just saying Liverpool have, and now they've got to the market. They've gotten what's it called in, Jeremy in already, and into this game now. You know that this is what they have to correct for next season. How their fullbacks can join the attack. Like for me, I've said again.
Frimpong is almost like a fullback that attacks.
That's what I'm saying now. How the fullbacks can attack. Like I said again, if you look at the Shimikas scenario, I was telling John this morning before the show that if there's signing that Liverpool are going for, that I know Shimikas is not a player for the long term. Probably this summer they might be looking for.
And I'm telling you that
if Fiorentina to come and sell,
I'm telling you that he may not be the guy you're expecting to leave that will end up leaving.
They are going to stand a left back.
No doubt.
The left back there did there.
So, between Robertson and
I'm telling you that Robertson's contract is up next summer.
They'll give him a new contract.
So I'm telling you that he may not be here. He never
give him a new contract.
You go know.
Because Lucas can't continue to sit on the bench with heavy pay.
That's the problem. But one of them have to leave if they're going to get
Shimikas is leaving for a suitable
Why are you campaigning for Shimikas to leave?
That guy don't impress you.
Are you a Liverpool
All Liverpool
fan?
fans will agree with me
They are
on
not
this one.
agreeing with you.
God, let them call in and tell me.
Okay, let's see what happens. So, and Slot after the game, he was asked about Frimpong already. Because remember that that deal has already been. He has done his first medical. He just remembered the second and the third one. He will join Liverpool this summer. So he was asked about him. And normally the coach will say when it's time for them to announce something, they are going to announce something. Another person that talked about after the game is Elliott. He was talking about the future because even from club to Slot, he had not really held down that starting belt. So he's not thinking about his future if he's going to stay and play as bench for Liverpool, or probably he's going to move to probably a lesser club and play full 90 minutes. But he's still reflecting on his future to see what decision he's going to make. But I think personally, I think he should move to another club.
I think Liverpool should take the initiative rather than let the player decide when to leave or when to move on, because you are at the point where you've won the Premier League. I think the aspiration should forget about that. I'm talking about this season. So I think the aspiration should be win the Premier League this season, which you've done, and go and repeat it again next season. And if you want to win it back to back, you have to look at your squad and tell yourself the truth. Is Harvey Elliott a plus or a minus, or just a regular average player? If he is, move him on and get someone that's going to add value to the midfield.
For me, it adds value to Liverpool. It's not the one that scored the only goal for.
You are talking about 1 second in a season of over 5,000 minutes.
It didn't play, for example, Andagula for Real Madrid. He has not played
up to 10.
It's a different scenario. Adagula, Real Madrid now cannot start Adagula. And that's why Rodrigo is on his way out.
Liverpool cannot start Elliott.
That's the point.
No, it's not the same thing.
Elliott cannot start.
Adagula is a young lad. Adagula is I don't think he's up to 21 right now.
How old is Elliott?
Adagula is not up to 21 right now. He's a young prospect for the future.
I think
Elliott has already had his breakout season. This is his third or fourth professional season in the Premier League. So it's not the same thing.
Season in the Premier League.
He's not his fourth or fifth season in the Premier League, so he should move on.
Okay, let's see what is going to decide this future. It's going to be interesting.
You see, as John is campaigning for teams to say their
it's not about best player. If you are counting top 20% of Liverpool midfield, you will not count.
Personally, I think the boy is good. Personally, I think the boy is good, but you need to show it. If you don't play, you will not show your full talent.
And that's the thing. If you are not getting the opportunity to at least play,
yes, go to
under club, you could say that the pecking order was against him because he obviously didn't command a huge fee coming in, and there were other players who were established ahead of him. Baba has reshuffled that midfield before he exited. I am not still in the top pecking order. Under Slot, the same as it was in the beginning, so it is what without, and that's what's happening under an Slot now. So the best thing for the talent is to move on to where you start, or you have to have that candid discussion with the manager. You are either starting me, or at least you are giving me X number of minutes per game.
I mean, it's going to be difficult for him to command that kind of.
If you're good, if you're good as a player, you need to get their coach XYZ ABC. Look at examples at the people that is finishing 17th on the table or 16th on the table. Brandon Johnson, for instance, he was on the bench for a long time. They sub him. He shows that, I come in as a sub, I do the numbers, I get myself the performance I need to get. I get a standing ovation even for playing for 10 minutes. The other team that is finishing 1 point ahead of them.
Is a striker.
Now,
all he has to do is score goals.
Now, Amentas as a striker, he plays from the flanks. This guy at Man United, Ahmad, working hard behind the scenes. Even while he was working hard behind the scenes, he had a good.
Ahmad is still a good scorer.
Wait, calm down. He had a good season at Atlanta before coming to Man United, and was dropped to the under 19s on the reserves. I was playing for the under 17s or so. Now look at it. He went on loan.
I understand.
And when he came back, he still continued to sit on the bench until he had a break. So if you're good, you will show in training. And when you train in training,
I disagree with
gradually
you.
the coach will put you in the first team.
But
that's how it's supposed to be. But it's not same for Elliott.
The issue for Elliott and Liverpool is that all the midfield three are good and they are better.
And there's no way you can break through unless somebody gets an injury. Yes.
Now, when they see again, once you understand this, when they sub you in, because it is the amount of time they sub you in and you perform that will increase the number of time you play, the amount of time you play. Example, Ethan Nwaneri. He was playing as a sub for just the last 5 minutes of the games. At first, last 5 minutes you sub him in. When players went on injury, he performed. Now you will sub him in the 60th minute. He has more game time to his belt.
Then when everybody came back, he didn't even play in the Champions League at all.
League Champions League, they don't get other leagues when they play.
Even in the Premier League for the
he still comes in as a sub.
Okay, last game, he didn't play at all. The point is that
Godwin,
once other people are ahead of you,
that's the thing.
Ahead of
you
you.
are
Godwin.
low in the pecking order.
Except somebody drop like the form they dropped it very well, or they get injured for you to move.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Now look at. You see, when you are a midfielder, you have a double blind on you. For example, let me explain. If you have a midfielder like Gerrard or Lampard, whenever they are not playing, or maybe they are in this position Harvey Elliott is in, once they come in and they score a goal, they score 1 or 2 goals or an assist, it's easier for you to make the case of give this guy more time. But Baba, if this guy come in, like you always say, you're the one that will say it to come inside, cause chaos and let somebody else score. But at the end of the day, bro is still strapped and anchored to the bench. Because he's not even getting a look in.
He got
the only person that he can fight with is what's his name again?
Dominic
Szoboszlai. That's the only person he can, because he will not bet McAllister. He will not blame
Szoboszlai self now every game in the start. Szoboszlai self they chop bench.
For me, I think for him to play, I think he's a good player, but he needs to go somewhere to play consistent every match that you are starting. Even though they are going to stop you, just start, so you will see what you are capable of doing.
The thing is, he's like the guy. I have to say this in a way that John understands. He's like the Felix of our time. No, he's like the Felix of Liverpool.
Bro, you don't see this guy before he come Liverpool. If you see
the table, Man City assist on the table. They have 65 points. They need to get all 3 points for them to win. Qualify for that top four. If they draw this game, they will go to 66 points. That means first 3 to 6 will be on 66 points. But if they win, then it's going to be in their hands.
Straight up.
So they just need to win this game. But against Bournemouth, it's not going to be easy.
Like, it doesn't have to be easy, you know. Nobody is going to sit down and let you come to their house and flog them 3-0 unless you're West Ham.
Even West Ham, it's Apple.
Nobody is going to let you do that. And even at that, this is a game that we need to win. That's the most important thing. And like I said prior to this match, I'm loving my Premier League form because I'm in one of the best forms in the Premier League right now. So that's the most important thing. It's a game we need to win. Like I said, every other person, and that's why I say Godwin, when you give this analysis, when you give this status, put it in the right perspective. Every other person that is on 66, 60, whatever they are in that top, are all on 37 games. We have not played our game in hand, so we are still.
That's the game in hand.
That's what we are about to play right now. So let's put it in that perspective. Everybody has played 37. In the top 6, we are the only guys that have 36, and we are still in that top 6. A win today takes us to 3rd, and we are closer to Arsenal. A win in the final day, and things falling where they were, we finish 2nd. Simple.
Finish the day game first. Let me see if we win today's game.
You know, that's how we shout on Friday. On Saturday, shout out. On Monday, it don't like people when they see. It don't like people they see.
The FA decided to give Crystal Palace.
Leave that thing. Wow. See, if you play well.
One of the reasons why I like the FA is that they will always give you back another one. So I'm expecting
next season.
Yes.
Okay.
When they give you three domestic titles, no. When FA give you 3 domestic titles, you don't know. When they dash 3 domestic titles, you don't know.
FA dash Liverpool that Premier League trophy during COVID, you don't know.
They dash them.
Yes, then
how they take dash them?
Then dash them.
They were winning their games.
Then dash them.
They were playing well.
No concern.
Behind closed door.
They should have allowed us to see how
they turned Anfield into a fortress.
That's the only Premier League title Liverpool have touched in the better part of the decade. Besides the second one they are winning now.
That's the first one they've touched since 30 years.
Yes.
We agree. No doubt about it. After
without
30 years,
it, they still remain 17 or be 18.
They won the Premier League titles.
The FA helped them win an equal Manchester United record.
They won the FA fair and square. Don't paint it anyhow you want to paint it.
It is not fair and square.
And in this one now, Iraola Iraola, hold your ear.
If you like, call the full 11. It no concern me.
Iraola, hold your ear. Go into this game with caution of winning. Not even caution of trying to defend, because if you try to defend, Man City will show you shaggy. They are Mamouche, Yarouche, and the Haaland, the toothless ones. They are here again. Toothless Haaland and Mamouche. Let them just run around like lost cows in the field and don't get goals. It will make me proud, because I trust in your ability to defend. Semenyo, Kluivert. I'm not even calling the starting 11. I'm calling people that will sit on the bench and be looking at the game. I'll be like, okay, I'll enter second half and change something. You get Semenyo, Kluivert, top players. They will come into this game and show Man City what it is to have players that can come in.
The funny thing
and the worst part is you start Echeverri today.
Why not? He's a young lad. Let him start.
And he will lose.
I want KDB on the bench. I want this other guy, Bernardo Silva on the bench. I want what's his name?
Bernardo must play.
What's his name on the right back that started last game in the FA Cup? He should be on the bench until further notice. Thank you.
Bernardo must play.
Bernardo on the bench.
Gundogan must play.
Strapped and anchored to the bench.
Gundogan must play.
The point
I can allow
about
Gundogan
KDB must play.
talk about him, Bernardo Silva, throughout this particular struggling period. He said this is the only season that he has dropped form.
Agreed.
Only season.
Agreed.
Somehow he has a sentimental something for that guy.
Agreed.
He likes
He's a
it.
phenomenal
He
player.
can play him from anywhere. If finds a way to fit him to his score, like
Agreed.
that FA Cup, he played him as a CM.
He
played him as a wing,
and it was catastrophic.
He plays him anywhere he can see space. He put that guy somewhere.
That's why I see when you know you have a blind and you don't know you have a blind, other people around you should definitely is that emotional thing that is allowing him play the guy, even when you know that this guy is not in his best.
Before I continue with this game, what happened to the new side Nico Gonzalez? Gonzalez, the guy is
Nico is available.
He has not been playing.
That's what I'm saying.
How
are you starting Bernardo that should be on the bench? Let him just come out of this season and be ready for. Let Bernardo just come out of this season fit. Let him pass through the fire of pre-season and come out like gold next season. I'll be happy that playing him through this spell he's having, he should have been benched. That's just my thinking.
I don't even know why he's not playing Nico at all. Nico has always been on the bench, even though you bought him for a huge amount of money in January.
A huge amount of money is relative in City.
That guy is sometimes the way he thinks. Sometimes I don't even understand how he I think he's crazy about
what is a huge amount of money for some club is relative to another man.
If you spend 50 million pounds,
I'll give you let me give you a case study. Excuse me. Let me give you a case study. Mark Zuckerberg's entire wealth, his entire net worth is Bill Gates tithes every month in church. So what you call a big signing is another man's buy chicken a la carte.
It's a big signing
and go my way. It's not a big signing.
Make 100 million
it's relative to whoever spends the money. A big signing for Terekambia FC in Guadangwa, and a big signing for Real Madrid, and a big signing for Saudi. It's not the same big signing.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Man City will play Bournemouth today. Let's get your prediction for that game. John will say that Man City will win. So let me just
win straight up.
Jump to you. Who wins in that
Bournemouth now. Bournemouth just hold them to a 1-1 draw, a 0-0 draw. Or Bournemouth just even win.
Okay, but Bele
it's not bad. It's what you've seen. It's a pattern that has played.
I think if City draws this game, they will be on 6 points. Even though they will move to top because they have a better goal average than every other person. I think City is in plus 24. So they are better than Chelsea, who has plus 20, and Newcastle, who has 22. So they go to third, and the team will still be on their hands to play the final game and win it. But it's going to be interesting what happens today. Okay, first let's go back to our YouTube channel before we talk about get the operation for the second game. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports, and Drake Media is saying amazing results for Brighton yesterday. Went toe to toe with Liverpool, and he's saying his point is low because of the Okay, the league. Okay, somebody's asking why the Gyökeres have a few points despite his impressive number of goals scored. And Chooks is asking the question is because Portuguese league is not top five league. They are below top five leagues, and anybody that is below top five leagues have the
lower
point.
goal rating
The
per
point is
score per goal.
this, for example, in top five league, for example, in England, they count it as 2 points. That means that Salah has 28 plus 28 is how many? Do the calculation. Yeah, 50 something. Yes. So each goal that Salah scores, they give him 2 points. But for Gyökeres, each goal that he scores, they give him 1.5 points in that race for golden boot. That's why he has a lower points. That's why probably he might not win. If Salah or Mbappe scores in the final game, they will win.
Mbappe will score hat-trick now, we know.
They will win the golden boot. So that's the thing for Gyökeres. Finally, on our YouTube channel, Cletus, welcome to the show. He said, John, don't test my patience so that you may succeed. Okay, don't test my patience so that you may succeed.
Cletus, you guys are on hiatus. It's
and
fine.
not be a failure like Arsenal. What do you mean by FA dash us the 2020 league title? You and I knew that we were exceptional over.
Very exceptional. Winning games for fun.
Before that COVID, I think they were about 12 points ahead of Man City.
Yes.
I remember. They were actually, even if they cancelled that league, they were like giving the Liverpool that league title.
That's like how they did the England World Cup.
They were actually way ahead of Man City in that league, but I think Liverpool played well in that particular league. But even though it was a COVID year, everybody can argue about that. But they won fair and square. Okay, the other game that will happen today in the Premier League is Crystal Palace will play Wolves. Who wins in that game? Crystal Palace they are still party. They are still in this party move. They won the FA Cup. It's not easy. It's not easy to win the FA Cup, but who do you think will win today's game? Crystal
I'm
Palace
just shocked that Wolves is ahead of West Ham right now. Like,
Wolves
how
have
did
been
that
winning
happen?
games. They won the last 5 games.
They won 6 games in
a row. They lost 2 in back-to-back now. So that's why they moved up. Because at some point they were fighting relegation.
They were 6 games on the bounce and they lost to Man City, and they went to the next one and lost again. So that was the 2 games they've lost recently, and going into this one again. So for me, I don't know what to say, but it's
choose a winner.
No, now you know who I go choose now.
Wolves to win.
Mateta to score. Eze to get assist. Ismail Assar, those are my boys. Those are my players. You know, I just feel like, okay, I should stick with Crystal Palace. He can also play as a number 9. You've seen him play it in Wolverhampton Wanderers as well, and he can do any of these jobs for you, and he can do it perfectly without even letting you know that, okay, he's missing. He's a player that you can find in this position, and he's giving you exceptional numbers. You see him in this position, he's giving you exceptional numbers. You see him in the striking position, he's scoring goals as well. So for me, Martin Skriniar is any player that
is going to.
He can fit, and if he plays a double number behind the striker with Bruno Fernandes behind the striker, and you have Højlund up front, and Højlund does not still score goals, you know that the guy is cursed. No, you know he's cursed, but if you play him if you bring him in and you say, okay, Marcus Skriniar, go and play as a striker.
The problem I'm seeing is Martin Skriniar coming into Manchester United, rather than supply Højlund, is going to look for the goals himself.
No, definitely he score your goals. Look at Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's scoring the goals, and the other Japanese guy is scoring the goals. The Chinese guy is scoring his goals as well. So you can score your goals and still let other people in on the goals. Just like Bruno Fernandes, he scores the goals and he still lets other wingers, the Ahmad, the what's it called, the Garnachos, the Højlund, the Zeski getting on the goals. You create your job as a midfielder or your job as an attacking player is to create chances. If you cannot bury the chances yourself, you allow other people bury the chances. So for me, I feel like he can come in and reduce that load of Bruno creating most of the chances. Because look at the Man United setup. If it's not Casemiro creating at least 30% of the chances, it's Bruno creating 70% of those chances. And if you create 70% of the chances, nobody's there to finish. So for Man United, midfielders can score. Strikers can score, attackers can score, wing backs can score, like Ahmad and Garnacho if they play in the wing back position, or perhaps Dogu who is trying to take a shot at goal at some time. So anybody can score goals if you have creative forces in the team, but not just one person.
Let's see what happens with him when he moves to Manchester United. It's going to be interesting if where he's going to play. Even though everyone knows that he's going to play behind the number 9, the question is if Højlund is going to play at Manchester United. Yes, if
Like I said, it's going to give you another option on the bench. You have a Zexki on the bench
I can play,
who can come
he
in
can
and
play
change the
Cunha
game
as that
one way.
number 9.
You can. That's what. Thank you.
You can
Like
play
I said,
Cunha
you
as that
can
number
play
9.
Konya as
you.
number 9.
You can play him as
Then
number 9.
you not expect him to count. You
Buy
not leave the work.
like a very Chiese and Bruno behind him. And
If you see like if
people
like
are
me,
good.
me and you, we don't get this conversation plenty times. And I tell you, if you are going to sign Cunha to play as number 9, you better get Mbeumo to support the number 10 role. You better get
When is not
Brian.
a number 10, man.
He's playing from the flanks. He's playing behind the striker. He's playing as a number 9 as well.
Buy a better Chiese.
Why would I buy a better Chiese?
A better Chiese can play behind that striker and do well.
That Casagrande not tell me to pay 100 million.
Pay.
I'll not pay.
People
If
have
you don't
money,
want to
pay.
pay,
I'll not pay
continue
100 million.
Continue your struggle.
And people say I will not pay. Like say Man United.
Okay, another player for Manchester United that they are going to decide his future is Greenwood. Greenwood, remember the first time he was loaned to Spain. Now he's at Marseille. Marseille is still looking to buy him, but he has to come back to Manchester United and they decide his future fully. He's 23 years old. I think that incident that happened, he robbed Manchester United a generational talent.
Yes.
Because when he broke through, he had higher rating than even Saka.
Yes.
Had higher rating than Pam. Had higher rating than every young player we have ever seen in England. He was always rated as Owen then when Owen broke through that Liverpool setup. Now he had an issue with his girlfriend and a whole lot of issues. Then he was loaned out. He didn't play football for almost 2 years or almost a year. Then he was loaned out to Spain, Getafe. Then
they sold him to.
He's now in
France.
In Marseille, and he's the highest goal scorer in that league this season with 21 goals. I think that it's unfortunate for Manchester United because that guy would have actually turned the whole.
He would have solved the striking crisis.
Anthony.
Yes.
Probably wouldn't have spent all these billions and millions of naira.
I watched that guy.
That guy. Okay, look at his last game for Marseille.
Oh.
He scored a beautiful goal with his left foot, got a penalty, and played it with his right foot and scored a goal. He's just good.
That's when you say somebody has a trifecta, he can score with both foot
and he's just 23 years old.
With Greenwood, you don't know what to expect. At Man United, you see him cut and shoot to the left.
He has this
fantastic kind of strike. With left foot, he has more power and more accuracy with the left than he has with the right. The right is just accuracy, no power. But with the left, there's power. And you look at Greenwood play. Left foot, I think there was a game against Forfatting Wanderers. I still remember that game. That game plays in my head. He beats the fullback, turns back, beats the fullback again, turn back again, beats the fullback. And the three of them were sitting on the ground. And the keeper was expecting him to play with the left because the ball was positioned in the left. And he had to Rabiola the team with the right. And I'm like, wow. If this guy is good enough, if this guy is as good as one of my United struggle with the I think struggle with the ability to keep him at least defending. This guy has a case with his girlfriend. Private matters. You go to investigate.
You. The moment the club stepped in to say you want to set up
private investigation,
you just got your opportunity to keep the guy.
From one side, we're hearing that the female team said they don't want to train.
Thank you.
Bros, the female team can go train somewhere else.
The court has not passed that. It's crazy. Like,
I also like
how do you wade? The court is seeing a matter. You wade in as much as you want to become a judge now or whatever. You want to set up your own.
To supervise the court.
Thank you. Now that the case has been thrown out, the girl and the guy has made up. They are still together now in France. You've lost your talent. That's why they say never get in between two fighting couples. Don't even do it.
Okay.
For me, look at it now. He's joint highest goal scorer in the French Ligue 1 with 21 goals. He has and for me, he's saying the last speech he made was about the Marseille fans because even the mayor of the city said they don't want him and called him names at some point. The mayor of the city and the club said, "See, bro, we're not bringing him to come and to come and do politics. We are bringing him to come and play football. And if he's a player that the club wants." And at that point, after the mayor's statement, I think the fan base went on to support because everybody started supporting him, showing support, showing love, and mayor had to just step aside and see that okay, since the community loves him as a person or perhaps loves him as an athlete, let him enjoy the stay at France and perhaps he's enjoying his stay at Marseille now and he's getting the numbers.
Let's see if he's going to stay at France with Marseille.
He's going to.
They are going to play the Champions League next season because they finished second behind PSG. Him and Dembele have 21 goals, so both of them is going to share that top scorer award in France. So, but let's see if he's going to move to other clubs or stay Marseille. I think he should stay at Marseille because Marseille fan loves him, and he's going to play Champions League. If he play Champions League and they go far, then his stock will rise more. And people might forget because I can remember a whole lot of things like Ferdinand. Ferdinand missed one whole year because because of a drug matter. Nobody killed him. Giggs was having problems with his wife.
Yes.
I don't know what he was having.
Let's not forget the was it
even when Bridge
and Brighton and then one other guy in the
when Bridge and John Terry had an issue. I think John Terry did something with Bridge and so they have a whole lot of controversy full everywhere. So, but the difference then was social media. Do you understand? Then there was no social media to amplify these things, but now everybody you can see a 12-year-old or 40-year-old girl go on internet and type "I don't like Greenwood" and it starts trending. But then it's what you see on paper. People know the story, but everybody will not really bother because
the right matter actually came back to bite him.
Everybody is always on their these days. Everybody is on their phone. If you type Greenwood, you see 1 million comments. Now everybody is on social media. But let's see what Greenwood will do next season. Okay, let's move on to other gossips that is happening around England. For Manchester City. Manchester City are looking for Gibbs White because De Bruyne is leaving. They need somebody to fill that role. What do you make of that? Them going to because they are.
I do not want Gibbs. I do not want Gibbs White. Simple and short.
Well, it doesn't matter what you want, John.
Trust me, he's not coming to the club.
Even if White is not coming to the club,
he's coming.
You go and look for you sign a very
somebody have to replace.
And it's not Gibbs White.
It's a very.
Who do you want to? Okay. This person is not coming. Who do you want them to replace? De
Bruyne. I said it's Florian Wirtz.
He's not coming. So
he's not coming.
Nobody. You are not the one that will say he's not coming. Florian Wirtz is coming. And if Florian Wirtz is not available, Grealish can play in that position.
They started talking with his wife since May 4th.
I don't really care.
And they are saying and the rumors now is that it's almost advanced deal. So I don't know why
if he's coming, he should come and be strapped to the bench because I'm not even interested.
Okay, let's see what happens with him. Okay, let's open the phone line and get your own thoughts about all these things we are talking about. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, this is Abada. I'm calling from Liverpool. Did you say something about Greenwood? Is there any possibility of him coming back to Manchester United?
There's no possibility
anywhere.
Unless maybe we don't know yet. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Are they talking about bringing him back?
No, not really.
Not really for now. No, they are not really talking about bringing him back.
Okay,
all right. Thank you very much.
Bringing him back is not in the media, so Man United fans will hope.
They will not hope.
No, Man United fans will hope they get him back.
No, they will not bring him back.
They just hope.
They will not. Too many countries. Look at Partey's this team case that he has since almost 1 year now. Every time he goes, it's always a problem. They keep asking about. So people are always trying to avoid this kind of problems from in their club. Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Moses.
Okay, please can you raise your voice?
Hello, my name is Moses, calling from Brighton.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Yeah, going for the training in Manchester, it's very good job for Manchester. Between this summer, this club. Who's playing?
Hello? Okay. I think
sorry, we lost that.
We can't hear you. Please, when you call, please can you just speak up a little bit? We couldn't hear what you are saying. Well, it's going to be interesting. Okay, back to our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And Clayton is saying, if I swear for City Air, they will continue to fail woefully. If John continues to speak ill of my dear Liverpool. Okay.
Oga, we your remaining matches. They win.
If he swear for Liverpool, for Man City. Okay. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Name and location, please.
Yeah, don't be covered.
Okay. Please.
Yeah. I thought that if you need leave Man City, he's going to call for Man City. They cannot play like a man again in that place.
It's going to be hard, yes.
Greenwood in that place.
Mm.
Yes, because I'm a Man City fan.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a Man City fan.
Oh, wow.
I don't even expect it. Type of ball they play it. I don't even expect it because we lack of really have. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can hear you, even though it's breaking. Okay, I think he said he's a Man City fan, and no way can
You cannot replace De Bruyne, and he didn't like the way they
You
play.
cannot replay. It's going to be hard. You have to find somebody probably close to him, but you cannot. Do you know what he did? Do you know that guy is an exceptional player? You cannot find him anywhere in this world again. It's even impossible. Yeah, hello, good morning.
They carry his words come be class again. Another time they come force the hierarchy, make they sell am back now. Make they sell am back.
Never look at please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Whatever we are doing here is just our opinion. It's just the fun in football. You myself, you know that, John. But one thing you have to know that you cannot come and decide what the hierarchy of the club has to do. You understand? They are looking for a perfect fit. Perfect fit for KDB. And that this right is the perfect fit. And the guy is even keen on the move, sir. He even want the move. You understand? So now it's depending on the club or the amount of money and everything. But you see about Greenwood, we United for all over the world. It's really, really painful. This is what they say about the strength of a woman. I'm telling you. Just like Anthony, just like Anthony. Thank God for Anthony himself. He don't even get himself. You understand? I just pray that Greenwood will eventually return back to his hometown. But just like you said, I'm not sure that happening. You understand? Greenwood is just like a talented, a priceless player that just slip out of our hand because of woman issue going up and down.
Maybe because of woman issue.
All right, thank you very much.
Maybe because of woman issue, because of your club stubbornness.
Yes,
let me be frank.
I support that.
Let me be frank with you.
I support that.
Most club will still let him go, especially in England.
I disagree with you.
Godwin.
Because Manchester United were ethically obliged to let him go because they intervened. If you go at other clubs, what happens is that he is a player, he plays football. What he does in his personal life does not concern us. You allow the court sort it out. When the court rule whether he's guilty or not guilty, or they throw the case out, you welcome your player back and he continues to play. But you went and you set up a panel. You set up your own investigation apart from what's going on in court. How then do you bring him back when court threw out the case and the lady dropped charges? How do you bring him back?
Godwin, the time it happened to Ryan Giggs, I remember when it happened to Ryan Giggs, he was on the bench for 2 weeks. He was on the bench. Normally, as a team or perhaps as a club, you drop the player to the bench just to protect him. For that short period of time, you drop him to the bench to protect him. And when you drop the player to the bench, you allow the court to decide.
Man, you want to investigate their own
If he's going forward, fine. If he's not going forward, fine. I think recently Ryan Giggs had to leave his job as a Wales coach because of the same matter of him and his wife, domestic violence as well. So he had to leave the Wales job because it was causing problem for him there. So if you drop to the bench at first, maybe drop on holiday, and after the court case for 2 weeks, you come back to the training, and if your performance on the pitch is not affected by what's happening in court, you continue to play.
Okay, let's see what happens with Greenwood, where he's going to go. But I think he should stay at Marseille and play Champions League football. If he play Champions and do well, probably another club, bigger club. Marseille is a big club.
Because
another club will,
this thing same happened at City too. Talk about the Mendy case. He was later thrown out of court, but then City had already taken a step ahead of him to go and let him out of his contract. Now they have to go back and pay him all those years' salary that they refused to pay him.
Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Location, please.
Yeah, my name is from Uni.
Okay, 1 minute, you could please.
Yeah, this should I talk for you, and I'm still in Twitter, I do evidence. And so Manchester cannot protect the player at all. I'm telling you, they cannot protect the player. That's the only thing I can tell you. Look at the Greenwood that they just rejected. So when the woman said that he did it, they did believe him.
Yes.
And then Arsenal cannot defend the player. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Look at our player that we know that he didn't take that drug that they were keeping off. We are beating, we are protecting. And I see that we decided to just give him a more leave because the guy is rest. So we can find out, can check the distance and get the issue. So we can know who is lying into, because we can know that this England people, they don't like what the they try to play football.
Alright.
When they cannot protect their player, right now.
So they gave me 1 month leave. They gave me 1 month.
That one was not reach. That was not reach.
You know, when he said it, John did not understand. John was looking at me and I was laughing. So they gave me 1 month leave to go and rest until the court now proves.
But
You were suffering. You were like, where is the leave coming from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay, Sama from Apugo.
Okay.
Okay.
Sama.
I greet everyone in the studio.
Okay,
Good morning.
Sama.
Good morning,
1
Sama.
minute, please.
Okay, let me just talk about Greenwood issue.
Okay.
See, I'm not a Man U fan, but sometimes club need to at least protect their reputation. You know how they handle woman issue, and that's part of the world. So it's not like Nigeria will handle everything the way we want. So Man U are just trying to protect
Their brand.
their reputation. So you know, Man U is not a small club, and you can see how even the female team are protesting about it. So there's something underground, something that we don't even know about the case that nobody tell us. So we are just talking about what we hear.
Okay.
So it's a big decision for Man U to take. So even the only thing I can blame Man U is not be able to at least buy a replacement for Greenwood. But I'm not blaming them for leaving Greenwood. So the fans will always talk the way because they like the man.
Okay.
So maybe Man U leave that man. You don't know the company that will might have pull out of Man U, the company that's supporting Man U that might pull out.
Okay.
So we know how they handle even consumers issue just because he beat a cat have been awaiting. So
Okay, I understand.
that's what I want to say. So
All right,
it's not just like the Man U don't want to protect Greenwood, but they are just protecting their
Brand.
they are protecting their money.
All right, thank you.